everybody, welcome back. I do usually have halfway through the month a wardrobe update video, but I've kind of abandoned one this month. There wasn't really much to update on. I did make a couple of purchases when I was away in Vietnam, but apart from that there's not really much to update you guys on. I'm still feeling a bit stuck with my wardrobe. I still want to kind of get organised and figure out what is even in my wardrobe. So I thought, let's not do the wardrobe update. Let's instead do today's video. Now, I mentioned, I think in my previous wardrobe update video, that I bought Allison Bornstein's Wear It Well book. I came across her through watching one of the Anna Edits videos. I think she had a personal consultation with Allison, which you can do, you can pay for, and what initially kind of drew me to her was her 3-word system. So it's where you have 3 words to describe your own personal style, and then through that I watched all of Allison's videos, I watched loads of her TikToks as well, and I just really like her system, not just the 3-word system, but how you go about organising your closet and redefining your personal style. So I did buy the book. I tried to buy it when it first came out. I pre-ordered it on Amazon and then something went wrong with the order, and then you couldn't buy it off Amazon for quite some time, and then you could. So I now have it. I've read through the first 2 chapters, but I've got a load of sticky post-it notes in here because I want to go through the first few steps of her system. So that is what I'm going to document in today's video, and I'm hoping that by the end of it I'll be a little bit clearer as to what I've got in my wardrobe. I think as well, because I have clothes in my wardrobe, I've got clothes in this chest of drawers here with a load of crap on top, ignore that, and then I've got my bed here with a drawer underneath. I've got clothes in like 3 different places, so it's a little bit kind of disjointed. I don't really know what I've got. So yeah, I hope this provides a little bit of clarity. I hope it helps me get that little bit step further as to what my own sort of personal style is, because I feel very, very stuck at the moment. So we're going to go through step number 1, obviously, to start with. The first step is what Allison calls a ritual. So you light a candle, you turn off your phone, you get rid of any outside distractions, and you sit in front of your wardrobe with a pen and paper and get quite deep as to how you feel about your wardrobe. And she wants you to think about the voices that harass you when you're trying to figure out what to wear, and write those down on a notepad. And it's important to do this with a notepad and a pen or a pencil rather than on your phone. There's something really cathartic about writing down quite personal things like this. And some examples of things that you could write down are things like, I don't have enough clothes, I can't pull this off, nothing fits right, I hate my style, am I too old for this, am I too young for this? So just write down everything that kind of comes to mind when you are looking at your wardrobe and the clothes that it contains. Now I've got my candle, which is a absolutely huge candle. It feels a little bit excessive. It also feels a little bit weird to be doing this as well. It's about midday on a really sunny day, so doing something like lighting a candle feels a little bit weird, but it's one of the steps. It's like the first step, the most important step, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to go along with it and sit down in front of my wardrobe and write down how it makes me feel. So I've done my list. I've got about half a page of A5, and she says to think about how believing the things that you've written down have affected you. How were you influenced by these voices? How did you behave when you believed them? And I think the main thing for me is that it's contributed to a lack of confidence and self-esteem, and not thinking that I'm good enough to wear certain pieces, or I'm not cool enough or pretty enough, or that, you know, who am I trying to kid by wearing certain pieces? It's quite a quick task, it's quite a simple task, but actually it's really quite effective to see what you've written down and why you think these things about yourself. And then the next step is to get rid of this list. Do it however you want, set it on fire safely, rip it up, cross it off. I think I am just gonna cross it off like so. Okay, so I've gotten quite kind of deep with myself. I've looked at my wardrobe and kind of assessed my thoughts to do with the clothes that it contains. So I now need to go on to the actual step number 1, which is pull out your regulars. So you need to look at your wardrobe or your clothes or your drawers, wherever you keep your clothes, and pull out all the clothes that you wear on a regular basis. Now this doesn't have to be clothes that you like, it is just the clothes that you reach for day in, day out. Okay, I think that's my regulars done. I'm not going to go through all of like my jewellery because I have a load of jewellery, but I think I've got a few shoes out in front of me. My handbag is in the living room. It's just my Pelen Numero 10, so that would be a regular. But yeah, I've got a couple of tops on the bed. I've got some here and I've got some here. So she says that the next step is to look at these regulars. What's the common theme? Which silhouettes do you reach for? Is there a consistent colour theme? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Why? So I think there's a few common themes in the clothes that I've picked out. Number 1 is that all of these clothes are comfortable. They're clothes that I feel, I suppose, like emotionally comfortable, but also physically comfortable in. Like they're not really tight, restrictive. I can move freely in them as well. So comfort is number 1, I would say, or the first thing that's kind of jumping out. Also, they all follow my autumn colour season. All of them are in my autumn colour palette, so I'm definitely sticking to wearing my autumn colours. And then the third thing that is jumping out is that they are all simple. They're simple silhouettes. So like on the bed, it's very creased, ignore it, but I have a V-neck t-shirt, simple silhouette. I've got a long knitted skirt, I've got a long knitted cardigan, I've got a 3/4 length top. They're all simple silhouettes, but they're also quite kind of plain in their design as well, so there's no kind of like ruffling or ruching or loads of details, buttons, zips, puffed sleeves. They're all kind of like simple, clean, neat silhouettes, but also the colour as well. I said they're all in my autumn colour season, but another thing that I've noticed is that they're all plain. They are block colours, so they're very easy to mix and match between all of them. So I do have some patterns in my wardrobe, so I was thinking, shall I get this out? Because I do wear this fairly regularly, but not as often as my plain long sleeved tops, for example. So there are some patterns within my wardrobe and I like the patterns that are in there, but they're not regulars. So comfort, autumn colour season, and simplicity. I like most of what's here. I like them as individual pieces, but I think sometimes I can feel a little bit sloppy, a little bit too relaxed and too understated, too undressed? No. Like I've not dressed up enough for occasions. So I do like them, but I think what this all needs is a little bit of refinement, a little bit of further polishing. Okay, step number 1 done. Step number 2 is to identify the nevers. So these are things that I love but never wear, or things that I hate and never wear, or things that no longer fit your body or your lifestyle, things you don't know how to style, or things that you only know how to style in one specific way. Okay, so I've got my nevers on the bed, and that was arguably easier than getting out my regulars, so that's a bit interesting. Now step 3, we need to work with these nevers. So we're going to create 3 piles of nevers. So we're going to have a no, never, a not now, and a how pile. So let's start off with the no nevers. So these are the things that you're going to get rid of. They no longer fit, you don't like them, or they no longer serve you or make you feel good. Okay, straight away, these 2 sweatshirts. These were some of the first purchases that I made when I got analysed as a true autumn from House of Colour. These are from a company called Kettlewell, and they do clothes according to your colour season, so that's really, really helpful. But I rarely wear these anymore. They're very soft, they're very comfortable, and it's great that they're in my autumn colours, but I feel very sloppy and underdressed when I wear these. I also like to go tighter on top and looser on bottom, and where these are a little bit oversized, a little bit baggy, if I'm then wearing it with something more oversized on the bottom, there's too much oversize going on. But I don't like wearing skinny or slim fit on the bottom. So these don't provide me with the polish and the refinement that I feel like I need when it comes to my outfits, and I just don't kind of gravitate towards these colours. They're in my colour season, so I know that they would suit me, but I prefer more of the traditional true autumn colours that seem to be in my regulars compared to the brighter colours that I'm seeing in my never pile. My never pile is full of really bright colours, but just interesting to note, I thought. So these are my no-nevers. I'm running out of bed space. I think these might have to go on the floor. These jeans have to be a no-never as well, because these do not fit me. They haven't fitted for quite some time. I've put on a little bit of weight since buying these, and having these in my wardrobe is just a kind of constant reminder that they don't fit. But I've done what a lot of people do. We keep hold of clothes in the hopes that, you know, we're going to one day fit into them, and it hasn't happened. And I think I just need to try and sell these because they're in great condition. They're a lovely pair of jeans. I don't need that kind of negativity in my wardrobe, that kind of constant reminder of, oh, you're not good enough for this now. So that's another no-never. I think I'm going to move on to the next two piles as part of the nevers. So the next one is not now. So these are things that you don't want to get rid of, but you also don't want in your closet. So maternity clothing, clothing for specific events, sentimental items. I don't know if I have much of that. And then the third pile is the how pile. So the pieces that you love but don't know how to style. These are usually things that you loved in the store but that have sat in your closet since, or they are things that you loved on someone else but aren't sure how to make your own. I think that pile is going to be easier. So my how piles, straight away, these two scarves. This one I got from Vietnam. These are beautiful. I don't want to get rid of them. I love the colours, but I don't know how to style them. I don't know whether to wrap them in my hair, tie them around my neck, wrap them on the handle of a bag. I'm not sure how to style these. So these are a definite how. I think this skirt has to be a how as well. This is one of the Kettlewell ruched skirts. It's very comfortable. It's a beautiful colour, but I don't know how to style it. I don't know what top to wear with it, so I think that's part of the reason why I haven't worn this that often. And also it's quite kind of figure hugging as well, and it makes me feel a bit self-conscious, so I think I need to find a way of dressing this down a bit perhaps. So that's also another how. Similar thing with these three dresses. So I have this navy one, and then these two are the Skims dupes. They're very comfortable, they're very easy to just throw on, but like the skirt, they're also very figure hugging, so they are quite kind of clingy. And I think I also need to find a way of dressing these down so they're not as sort of sensual, I suppose, but not making it feel like I'm sloppy when wearing them. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think the Skims dupes, the green and the brown, they're going to be hows, but this navy one, I think this is going to be a no-never, because it's not in my colour season and I don't like to keep hold of clothes that aren't in my colour season. So I think this one actually has to go into the no-never, and I will try and sell that one as well. This pair of shorts, they don't fall into either of the three categories. It's just that I haven't got around to wearing them yet. I will wear them. I know how to style them, but it's just that it hasn't happened yet. So they're not a how, because I know how to wear them. They're not a no-never, because I want them. But they're also not a, what was the second category? The not now. Because things that you don't want to get rid of, but you also don't want in your closet. No, I do want this in my closet. So I think this is just gonna stay. Okay, I think these three pairs of shorts are going to be the not now, because I'm not quite yet ready to get rid of them. But I don't really want them in my closet, because I think shorts like these ones and a couple of pairs of neutral linen shorts. I think those are the ones that I'm going to wear ahead of colourful shorts like this. But these might be fun in the summer for a little bit of a pop of colour, and they're linen as well. So I think these are going to go in the not now pile, but we will see in summer whether I do go, oh, you know what I feel like wearing today? One of my colourful pairs of linen shorts. And then I think I'm going to do the same with all of these tank tops as well. I came across a TikTok the other day that it's very much a millennial thing to do, to have a lot of different tank tops in your collection. I think originally it's to put under like jumpers, but I don't do that. If I'm going to put something under a jumper, it's for warmth, so it's going to be a thermal layer, not a tank top. So they are sometimes handy, so I'm going to keep hold of them, but these are also going to go in the not now pile. And I'll do a similar thing with the shorts. In the next few months when I'm getting dressed and I go, you know what I need underneath this? A tank top. Then I'll grab one of these. But if it doesn't happen, then after a few months I will declutter all of them, because then there's clearly not a place for them in my wardrobe. I've also pulled out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs of shoes as well into the no never pile. So those I will try to sell as well. Okay, so step number 4 is called Celebrate the Revival. So we've gotten rid of all the nevers and we're left with clothes that we wear all the time, so our regulars, and also the clothes we love but don't know how to wear, which are the howls. So regulars are called our safe space because we know how to wear them, we wear them very frequently, and the howls are considered like a wild card. So to understand how to wear the howls, a good idea is to pair them with our regulars. So for example, the 2 Skims dupes dresses that are my howls, I can wear them with a regular, my long chunky cardigan. So it's trying to find a way of making the howls work by pairing them with your regulars. So I might do that as like a separate video. Perhaps I might try and work my way through my howls and see if I can find a way of making them work, and then if I can't, then they will probably then become no nevers. And then the final step in today's video, step number 5, is to get very organised. So we need to be very methodical with how we organise our wardrobe. So she wants us to organise it by category and colour. So take all of the clothes in your regulars and how piles and divide them up into sections in your closet. So say a blazer section, a trouser section, a skirt section, and then group the pieces that are the same colour together. So I'm going to try and get everything in my wardrobe. I know some things are better folded, but I think that's kind of contributed to me feeling a little bit disjointed with my wardrobe, because I've got a drawer there, and things that are hung up. If I can try and get everything hung up, or most things hung up, then I know where everything is. I think my what are they called? Not nows. I think they're going to go in my drawer though. So that is my wardrobe now organised by category and by colour. In one of my drawers here I have put the not now, so the tank tops and the shorts, and in my drawer under my bed I've put my gym clothes and also 2 thick jumpers that I don't want to hang up, because being on hangers will misshapen them, and we're moving more into spring and then soon into summer, and I won't be wearing them for like another 6 months, so I think they are just fine staying in the drawers. But everything else is hung up, so I can now clearly see how many of each category I've got and what colours within each category as well. So I think that's going to be really useful to see what I have a lot of, but also where there might be certain gaps. Oh, I forgot my jeans. There we go. So now my wardrobe is looking very, very full, but it's kind of nice in a way because it means that I've got a lot of choice and I can see everything as well. So I'm not trying to get a top from the drawer and trousers from in here. Everything, bar those 2 jumpers, now lives in my wardrobe. I do also need to tidy up here. I've got some like overnight bags up here. I've got lots of like makeup, cosmetic bags as well. And I think my boyfriend's got a couple of things up here as well. So that just needs a general tidy. We're going to ignore that. But everything else is all organised and I'm feeling a lot better. And it's interesting as well to see what I've got on the floor here in terms of the no nevers. And I'm looking at them and I'm thinking, yeah, I definitely don't want to add these back into my wardrobe. So I'm going to try and sell what I've got on the floor there. But those were all the 5 steps that I wanted to kind of go through in today's video, so I'm feeling a lot clearer about my wardrobe now. So hopefully I'm not going to have that kind of decision sort of fatigue, I'm not sure if that's the right kind of phrase, when it comes to getting dressed in the morning. Hopefully now that I can see everything, it's going to be a lot easier. So I might do that video about styling some of my howls, and I'm going to read through the next chapter in the book, and if there's something in there that I can make another video on, I will do so. But thank you very much for watching this one. If you have read her book, if you have tried out her AB editing system, if you've tried her 3-word system as well, please do let me know how it's worked for you. And I will see you again very soon for my next one. Bye.